In today's meditation, we are going to clear out trauma timelines, also known as Holocaust templates. We might go through challenges, difficulties, disruptions, and traumas in our present reality, and we can be so caught up in the moment that sometimes we don't fully realize or understand that we may be playing out scenarios which have been unresolved from past lives, and that in some cases we can also be manipulated by etheric technology through those same unhealed traumas which play out over and over in our psyches and in our etheric bodies. And so the best way to deal with this is to address these issues head on, make peace with them, release them, and call in support and reinforcements of our spiritual teams to support us with this process, knowing that we are never doing this alone and that we are divinely guided and protected through this whole experience. So find a place to be comfortable and to rest, and we will begin. Beloved God, as we hold this space, we ask to please open all channels of light. Please open all light fibers to be fully connected and protected in the eternal living light source. Again, as we open this connection, we dedicate our alchemical container and session to be consecrated and dedicated to the purposes of God, the purposes of the living light source. We ask the guardian races and our families that serve the One, as well as our defenders of truth, sovereignty, and liberation. We call upon personal evolution teams and that which is supporting our connection, foundation, protection, and alignment into the source. We ask here and now, beloveds, please update the aura and core manifestation template, both at individual and collective levels in this field. As we expand our field and session, please sustain us in the eternal power of this living light. We ask for gatekeeping and the handshake to fortify and open into the spiritual links, into the cosmic trinity, and all the way into the 0-point God matrix, the source of Genesis. With deep reverence, beloved God, please breathe the living light code into our form, into all created form. As we set our intention now to be remembered fully to who and what we are in the mutual purpose as one, please resurrect any and all inorganic power to the organic living light now. And as we go through the core soul protection and we address each of the councils, we open the blue ray light and ask the Orifem and our councils of the blue ray to assist in removing each of the lenses of inserts that exist through the dimensions that create suppression or oppression. Please clear and remove the obstacles to ascension and any blockages or obstacles to connection with the soul matrix, oversoul matrix, and the avatar self. May all veils be lifted. May all doors fly open. May all gates be lifted into being God, sovereign, and free. Clear all time traps, trauma loops, mind mazes, reflection technologies, consciousness traps that keep us in victimizer consciousness. Support us in our liberation from all technologies and implants, keeping us in inorganic timelines. Collapse all false timelines. Cancel and revoke and clear all contracts with interdimensional beings who do not see us as God, sovereign and free. Cancel, revoke, and clear all karmic contracts with human beings, keeping us from fulfilling our mission on planet Earth at this time. Clear all thought forms related to fear, hate, trauma, distortion, woundedness, and shame. Clear all abuse programming and distortions out of our morphogenetic fields in all realms and dimensions. I ask in the here and now for the monad and that which is connected to the monad consciousness through each of the 144 and beyond identities of the extensions at the karmic monad level, reversal level, and Metatronic level. We ask that all Metatronic black heart seeds which have been pulsing through the circulatory system of any or all pieces of the monad to be reintegrated into wholeness and alignment with only that which is in the living light in eternal source. We ask that the phasing that is fully required to move the 45-degree angle of the core manifestation template to align into all channels and upgrades that fully nourish, support, and sustain from the inside of the God light. To be united, held, and supported through our families of Blu-ray, through our families of guardianship, and through those that specifically work with us. I'm asking at this time, through the guidance that is working on our behalf, that there is a download and an upgrade. The guides are requiring an upgrade to knowledge and awareness, and we call for the granting of this now. We ask here and now, through all layers and levels of the particular living light library of which we are a part, the pieces of our soul to be reintegrated, held, and merged into all space-time, into this singularity of now. We ask for the protection and support to allow this to occur in divine right order and timing, and that which anchors the ultimate fulfillment, actualization, and realization of the spiritual and God purposes inherent within the blueprint and within the soul consciousness, unhampered and freed from the enslavement of the third dimensional or other impinging merging realities of the lower octave resonance. Again, we're asking in the here and now that the crystal diamond body, as well as the 13th dimensional monad, assist in raising the octave of all and removing all lower obsolete templates and blueprints that are imprinted within the soul consciousness, within the oversoul consciousness, and avatar through all layers of intelligence, which are a part of this station of identity that is propagating, holding the responsibility to, and in agreement to, the ascension process. We ask that all of the monad parts, all of the identities herein to be fully cleared, cleansed, and reintegrated, to be fully aligned into one singular focus and purpose of ascension, liberation, and freedom. We ask that those energies and codes be fully exchanged here and now. This is happening through the encodement and re-encodement of the indigo ray on the masculine side. We ask here and now that all families and relationships that are ancestral, that are connected to this particular agreement or through association through many timelines, which include the bloodline ancestrally and multidimensionally. We also ask that which includes God's self, higher self, and agreements through the lower dimensions to friends and relatives. Please release all binding and enslavement contracts among family members and relatives across all realms and dimensions. We call on the blue ray or FIM and the consciousness that supports the freedom and release of all obsolete enslavement architectures which have been imprinted upon the triad of our consciousness related through the ancestral bloodline, and patriarchal domination tendencies through this architecture. We ask this to be cleared through both the masculine and feminine lines. Please retrieve all frozen deadline consciousness in the phantom spaces related to the masculine. And we're going to use that word for the masculine consciousness as the micro-consciousness, and the consciousness that has been a part of the archetypical systems that imprint patriarchal domination through and from the Atlantean timelines. We ask that the Atlantean timeline and relationships to the conflicts that are connected in the cellular memory held within all of our bodies to be released, healed, and removed from their burden. Beloved God, beloved Blue Ray families, and the consciousness of the Blue Ray, again, we reinstate and request through the group unity vow and decree that which is the sovereign freedom and God right of each individual and multidimensional being that is here and present. We ask that each of the structures that are corrupted, that are in need of rehabilitation, that need assistance and foundational support to build the strength of the core of the foundational system of all bodies of consciousness to be in full alignment and entwined beyond the splitting and breaking down of the sixth and seventh and those masculine and feminine energies. We ask that the coccyx located near the root chakra and the coccyx brain of the actual skeletal matrix system be assisted in fully anchoring the rod of truth as well as the monadic staff. We ask that the rod and staff and that which brings masculine and feminine union and healing from all spaces and time within the levels, within multiple identities that have been corrupted through the Metatronic or reversal seed programs to be brought into healing now. Please terminate, resign, and remove all relationship, agreement, vow, manipulation, or interference being caused by reversal current or Metatronic seed circuitry. We ask that the Black Heart Metatronic seed, as it's contained within the reversal monad system, within the karmic monad system, and that which is a part of the karmic monads to be cleared, resigned, and removed from their input, from their influence, and from their interference on all levels of created obstacles to the ascension process and the alignment into the direct God source. Again, we command this space in the sacred covenant of God and in the authority of God's law and way. We command the natural laws of God to supersede all lesser or lower. Again, through the law of will that has been superimposed through a corrupted lens, through the eye of Ra, in the stomach layers, we ask that this be fully and completely released and removed. Remove all static structures and implanted structures of code that are connected to Atlantean and Egyptian timelines of chaos and destruction. Please remove reversal codes attached to implants, artifacts, structures, devices of mind control in any of the layers and levels connected to the Metatronic seed or to these particular circuitries to be terminated and removed from the bodies individually as a collective trinitized field. We ask that the trinitized form and the Hova bodies that create the foundation within layers of the aura itself to be stabilized and built into the lower axis of the foundation. We ask for diagonal phase alignment and correction through the diagonal grids. And again, seeing that there has been a resetting and strengthening the foundation of the north, south, east, west axis, meaning the vertical and horizontal parts of the grid systems of the chakras. And now, as that has been either changed or upgraded, there is a diagonal, and the diagonal grid is called the diamond grid. The diamond grid is made up of two perfect triangles that are on top of each other. And so these triangulations through the diamond grid are now recalibrated and reset into the upgrade systems that support the foundations, which are here and stated as a part of the Blue Ray family and as a part of the Ascension family. Fully granted and allowed release from that burden physically, emotionally, and through the mental body. Realign the solar plexus and the organs which the solar plexus or prana and chi feed into the lower system. We ask for the gateways between the first triad of three bodies, the first, second, and third layer to be opened into the higher spiritual anatomy, which allows prana to flow into the three lower structures. Please open all channels, all tributaries, all circulatory systems which connect the higher spiritual anatomy of the soul and higher levels of consciousness through those channels of light to be fully communicating and connecting to all channels within the lower three levels of the body. As we build the Hova body and the first triad of chakras 1, 2, and 3, creating the third layer of body foundationally, holding a horizontal grid at that level, we ask for that assistance now to increase the circuits above that allow the connection to go directly from the higher spiritual anatomy portions of flowing prana again through the 1, 2, 3 foundation, through the diamond ray, and the 1, 2, 3 foundation through the blue ray octave as needed and necessary. We ask that this assistance in bringing all arc coding and upgraded masculine coding into the right side of the body's function to be assisted through that transference here and now. Specifically on the third dimensional finger, which is the right side pinky, we ask that the third dimensional finger, as we are strengthening and reconnecting all layers of axiotonal line hookups into the third dimensional system, we ask that that system be reconnected into the right hip and through the structures that move through all obstacles through the umbilicus, reaching up into the solar plexus. Connect all of these aspects into perfect divine order as per the 12th dimensional and above blueprint, as God would have it be. To reconnect the solar plexus to the third dimensional access alignments and to the lower octave that allows the movement of the membrane into the 5th dimensional mental body. Please remove all constructs that create a membrane of separation between the higher mind and the lower mind. Terminate and remove all mind control harnesses. Terminate and remove all atomic harnesses. Terminate and remove all structures, devices, and matrices that are controlling or are in control of the solar plexus consciousness in any station of identity. We ask through the monad that it is with reversal memory to be assisted and healed and removed from its impact upon our being. And in the solar plexus, move through the higher octaves and remove and resign from the program and terminate the atomic harness instituted. We ask that the mental body of the lower octave of the solar plexus to be freed and that the membrane separating the third and fifth layers into the higher mind be dissolved. Again, through the processes here and now, please upgrade the third dimensional solar plexus octave in each of the rungs of the spheres of these subharmonics to connect into the fifth dimensional higher mind integrative process. We ask that the fifth dimensional archetypical body assist in bringing the third dimensional blueprint into full active participation with the consciousness through all layers of the etheric body to override obsolete and completely obsolete third dimensional imprints, archetypes, and influences. We ask that all astrological magnetic imprints and connections through the third dimensional system be removed of Aryan memories or Aryan seed fares. Remove genetic experimentation memories, remove the Atlantean memories, and disconnect, terminate, and remove all Holocaust memories that are connected to the original seed memory of the Atlantean struggle. Remove all event horizons to trigger events and Armageddon programming now. Remove all cellular memories and cords that connect us to the histories of the Atlantean cataclysm, including genocides and Holocaust timelines. We ask all of the counsels and assistance in that which actualizes and supports our being and expansion, ascension, connection to God, and actualization of God purpose, and be our experience of soul consciousness and God consciousness to be fully aligned, healed, and connected to the highest capacitive exchange of God's infinite light, love, and power. Allowing the release and removal of the genetic density which is recorded in the physical cells of the third dimensional body. We ask that as we look at the third dimensional layer of the body through the solar plexus and all related connections to the solar plexus consciousness, which is the third dimensional reality, to be assisted, healed, and cleared to allow the bodies, the consciousness, and the energy to extend and be removed of the harness at the 3D level. Remove the harness through all space-time. Moreover, through the Atlantean alignments, we remove all space-time veils. We remove all black magicians. We remove all Thothian implants. Remove all negative implants. We ask that any of the false God matrices that have been inserted into this matrix of this being to be terminated and removed and resigned from the bodies through all space-time. Also terminate and remove the interaction between these false God matrices as they connect into reverse monad and Metatronic systems. Remove all 55 grid circuits and circuitry that feed the third dimensional imbalance of the bodies that are connected to the solar plexus. Remove any of the Metatronic imbalances in the Merkaba mechanics of the body that are feeding false code into the lower 3 layers of the physical body systems. We ask for all assistance and support that realigns the Merkaba to be cleared of all 5-5 reversal mechanics that are placing compaction in the first 3 layers and specific compaction in the solar plexus body itself. Again, clear the Merkaba mechanics, the Metatronic seed codes, the black circuitries that allow that connection to happen, and the connection of that which is related to the Atlantean cataclysm and every piece of the holographic insert identities, whether false or true, or a part of the memory of our being. We ask that the memories of Holocaust, genocide, genetic experimentation, and species splicing to be fully and completely terminated and removed from the influence and impact of our being. Again, beloved God, please release all burdens of this that is similar to the crucifixion implant. We call upon the stations of the 9th dimension and that which is in divine right alignment and order for our being's actualization and support in the here and now to be fully and completely removed and terminated of holographic inserts, false optic lenses of false Michael, false Jesus, or the twin memories, as well as crucifixion-related memories. Remove all Indigo Slayer technologies. Remove all Indigo Beast Machine technologies. Remove all dark phantom structures and devices of reversal black holes in the body through any space-time. We call specific attention in the diagonal grid, making up the first 3 layers and that which has been connected or imbalanced to the third dimensional body, the third dimensional solar plexus system. We also ask that any antimicrobial pathogenic puller which has been utilized through any microorganisms such as the consciousness of Lyme disease, bacterial infection, viral infiltration, or any other genetically replicated or duplicated system that is hybridized pathogenic microorganisms to be cleared, released, and removed from their connectors, and alignments within the gene pool, genetic code, and that which is impacting our bloodline. We ask the guardians, guides, and map teams for assistance in working directly with clearing, releasing, and removing this particular effect. Again, we are working with the microorganisms and the pathogen pullers that are a part of the systems of the Metatronic reversals and black heart systems. Please clear all relationships of propagation of karmic monads and Metatronic or black heart seed circulatory systems within any piece of the body that is allowed to be cleared, released, and terminated from its attachment to the propagation of reversal fields. Remove reversal fields from our being and assist at the highest level in reintegrating soul, oversoul, avatar, and God consciousness to be fully rewoven and reconnected through all structures and layers, starting with now in the first 3 layers of the Hova bodies that are being re-encrypted through the Aurora. Beloved map teams and Aurora that work with us at this time, we ask that the Aurora work with the map team to upgrade the evolution support teams, coding, and awareness. We ask that a new guidance system be installed. We ask that the translation of that guidance system be installed as well. And we ask that the appropriate Blu-ray gatekeepers that assist these particular guidance installations for us in the here and now to again assist and support in the expansion of the healing of the unification of the inner masculine and feminine to be healed and aligned to the neutron and the Christ consciousness and God consciousness fields. Thank you. We ask that all interrelationships that are connecting through any space-time identity to be healed, released, and removed from this mind control, from this thought form, from this holographic corruption, and from any place within the light body that has been infected with this viral vibration. Thank you. Please anchor, lock, and seal this session into the eternal living light of God. Again, as we command this space in the eternal living light of God, we ask that all channels, structures, and this session be consecrated, dedicated, and protected in the authority of the living eternal light of God in the here and now, bringing us into the singularity of perfection in the now moment. Beloveds, all that is supported, all that is contained, all that is in the highest expression of God, we ask the blessings of that grace to extend upon our being and all that which is connected to us and through us to be aligned, supported, and protected in the eternal living light and law of God. Thank you so much. Please seal the field. Please seal our communication as we seal our vortex and we come into the center point of our being. Our infinite stream of love is with you in all ways. Again, beloved, thank you so much for this information, for this healing, and for this opportunity. Our infinite stream of love is with you in all ways. Please seal the field and your communication. Thank you so much, and so it is. And taking a moment to take a deep breath in, hold, and release. Breathing in crystal clear light, holding, releasing all density. One more time, breathing in crystal clear light, holding, and releasing all density. And just wanting to say thank you for committing to your healing journey. And if you are interested in learning more about some of the vocabulary used in this meditation, you can click on the link below. This meditation has been adapted from the work of the Ascension Glossary from Lisa Renee and people who work on behalf of her Energetic Synthesis project. You will notice that there might be some terms that you may not have heard before, but maybe rang a bell of resonance for you. So the Ascension Glossary is a great place to do research, to learn more about some of these terms, specifically as it relates to etheric implants and the technology that's been being used on the etheric plane as a form of thought control, emotion control, and kind of keeping us on karmic cycles and karmic loops. And if you're seeking guidance, if you're seeking support, I do offer coaching to navigate more around how to detach from this cycle, this false matrix. And I've left my contact information below if you're interested in that. And sending you so much love, so much joy, so much gratitude, and so much abundance until we meet again. Thank you.